The Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com, as always, presented by Heidemann Associates. Get a free legal consultation by calling 801-472-7742 and let them know Rewind sent you. We're underway here at Zions Bank Stadium, home of the Real Monarchs, but today it's the host of the 6A semifinals. It's the Lone Peak Knights taking on the Syracuse Titans. It's Syracuse in the white, shooting to the right of your screen, and it's Lone Peak in the black, shooting to the left as we get things going here in the first half. Looking at both these sides, it's the undefeated Lone Peak Knights coming in the number 1 seed of the RPI. They are the ones who are looking to win this championship. But first, they have to take care of business here against a very good Syracuse side as Buse trying to play that ball in. Gets through a couple of defenders, but then cleared out by Syracuse. Here's Lone Peak still on the attack, this time with Kramer. Kramer in possession, taking a shot from distance. A deflection, but handled well by Ty Richardson. Big play early on here from the Lone Peak Knights. Trying to get this one early here as a foul called. Let's take a look at this Lone Peak team. They're coming into this one at 17-0 overall. They are undefeated up until this point of the season. They got their first place in Region 4 as the Region 4 champs, and they come into this one as the first in the RPI, the number 1 seed in 6A. In the first round, they were able to eliminate the Hunter Wolverines as that ball is played over the top. They were able to take down the Hunter High Wolverines by a score of 3-2 in a game that went to overtime. They were able to get the 2-1 win against the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. And now they have a chance here to take down Syracuse and book their ticket in the 6A final. As a corner kick coming up for the Titans. Big set piece opportunity here. It's low at the near post. Back out the cross into the box, far post, and it just goes through out for the goal kick. Played out quickly by Lone Peak and then recovered by Syracuse. For the Syracuse Titans, they come into this one 11-7 overall. They finished 6-6 in region play. They come in as the 12th seed in the RPI, and they have upset on their mind, looking to take down the number 1 and book their spot in the 6A championship game. In the tournament, they've been red and they've been hot, this Titans side. They were able to beat Lade by a score of 2-0. They were able to beat Roy in the next round by a score of 3-2. And then in the last round, it went all the way to penalties to define the winner between the 4th seed, Farmington, and now the Titans as the 12th seed, looking to make some noise in this tournament and book their spot in a 6A championship game. Here has Cragen to take the throw-in. That ball comes off of Andrik Villafaña and out for the goal kick. Goal kick coming up for Watkins as he plays it close to Kyle Moreno. Moreno out wide to Stevenson. And that ball goes out of bounds. Patrick Stevenson, the freshman, playing it in. Possession with Lone Peak, and then it goes out of bounds for the throw-in. Cragen to throw in for Syracuse. Ball played over the top, takes a couple of headers off of Lone Peak, and Jack Cook putting on the pressure on Connor Watkins. Watkins has to spill and then clear it out. Throw in again coming up for Syracuse. Pressure early for the Titans as Cook to throw it in. Leaves it short to Cragen. Cragen trying to play it into the box. Cleared out well by Lone Peak. And here's Thompson. Thompson can get past 2 defenders. Throwing coming up for Syracuse. That ball played in by the Titans. Ball filtered through to Riker Smith, but the flag raised on the near side. It's going to be offside against Syracuse, and possession back with the Lone Peak Knights. This is a Lone Peak side that loves to play the possession game. And they love to drown you with possession. And that's why they've been able to have this undefeated run that they have. Keeping the ball away from their opponents, controlling the ball, controlling the possession. And they'll be looking to do that again against Syracuse as that ball is played in. Comes off of Cooper Eddy and cleared out by Eddy. Riker Smith in a foot race against Moreno. And Moreno just has to settle it back for Watkins. Nice pressure there from Cook. Lone Peak struggling to play out of the pressure. It's been a good high press so far from this Syracuse side. As that ball back in play now as the Titans looking to play one over the top with McFarland looking for Cragen. It's Cragen against Stevenson. Stevenson just shields it as that goes out for the goal kick. Goal kick coming up for the Lone Peak Knights is Connor Watkins to clear. Moreno finds Kramer. Kramer back out wide in the direction of Alec Midgley. Midgley's able to do well to keep that one in. Trying to link up there on the wing. The ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be throw-in coming up for the Syracuse Titans. And don't let that 11-7 record fool you for the Syracuse Titans. They play in the very competitive and a very good Region 1. And this is still a very good team who's going to pressure Lone Peak into giving away possession. And that's what they've done so far in this one. As they have upset on their mind. The ball played in. Lone Peak recovering possession. This is Lovelady trying to play it out. Takes a deflection. There's the high press as Syracuse wins it back. Giovanni Fuentes can't turn. Out for the Syracuse throw. It's going to be Riken Hamlin to throw it in for the Titans. And he loves to go deep in those throw-ins. We'll see how far he throws it here. Near the top of the 18. Flicked on behind by Villafana. Cleared out by Lone Peak as Hamlin tries to win it back. Lovelady for the Knights giving it away. Here comes Smith. And a foul called against Lone Peak. And a dangerous opportunity coming up for the Titans. Free kick coming up for Syracuse. Very dangerous set piece opportunity here for the Titans. Riken Hamlin, he's not afraid to go for goal. And we'll see what he decides to do on this one. Two-man wall. Watkins setting up his wall at the near post. Six Titans in the box. Rhett Thompson near the top of the 18 to recycle. That ball played in far post. Fuentes is there to play it back. Cleared off the line by Lone Peak. That ball floated through. Watkins comes out and a foul called against the Knights goalkeeper. And how about Lone Peak clearing the header from Giovanni Fuentes off the goal line as that ball is played out by Watkins. Lone Peak trying to win possession back in the middle of the park. Riker Smith battling it out. Smith trying to win it back against Moreno. And there's Moreno coming up big, the captain for Lone Peak. As that ball goes out of bounds, Lone Peak throw in. It's going to be Luke Lovelady to throw it in. And that ball goes out again, this time for Titans possession. Ball played in, looking towards Hamlin. Fuentes gets a header on it. And that one just goes back to the Knights, and the Knights have to clear. McFarland shielding it off away from Gunther. Gunther wins it back. Lone Peak throw in. Here comes an opportunity for the Knights. The cross into the box. Thompson there to header it out, but Buse is there to recycle. Evan Buse trying to turn. Takes it to the corner. Thompson coming up big defensively for Syracuse, and then cleared out by Cooper Eddy. It's now Kyle Moreno. And Moreno, who will go all the way back to Connor Watkins. Kyle Moreno again. Looking to play one over the top towards Stevenson. And they're just going to let that one roll out of bounds for a goal kick, Titans. Another big major point for the Knights coming into this one is the injury to number 11, Lewis Mason, the top assister of the Knights. He's been didn't get the start due to injury, as Cole Shin taking his spot in the middle of the park, but he is the heart of this Lone Peak midfield. And so we'll see how the Knights are able to do without Mason on the field, as that ball played in over the top. First Syracuse, Connor Watkins off his line to collect and trying to play it out quickly to Stevenson. Here comes the freshman, Patrick Stevenson. Quick counter for the Knights. Nice step there from McFarland, still not clear, and a foul called. This one against Cooper Eddy. And so it's going to be a Lone Peak free kick in a dangerous position. And we'll see what the Knights are able to do here. For the Titans side, big emphasis on Ty Richardson and his performance. Richardson has been phenomenal in the playoffs, making some important saves for the Syracuse Titans. And Richardson will be a vital part to Syracuse's success this afternoon if they want to get past the Lone Peak Knights. And here's an opportunity to test Ty Richardson off the free kick. It's Buse who steps over it. Buse, the shot, just goes wide of the post. Not far off there from Evan Buse. Trying to catch Richardson at the low far post. It's going to go out for the goal kick, as Richardson now can clear for Syracuse. Villafaña gets ahead, tries to flick it on. One back by the Knights. Here comes Lone Peak, ball played through to Gunther. Gunther, the cross into the box. Nice defensive effort there from Buse, and the offside flag is raised. Offside called against Lone Peak. So it's going to be Syracuse Titan ball. Ball played out. Shin wins it in the middle of the park. It's Kramer out wide for Carlton. Ball played through to Gunther. Gunther trying to play it back out to Carlton. Here comes an opportunity for Noah Carlton, taking it in, the shot, and it lands safely into the hands of Ty Richardson. Played out by the Titans goalkeeper. Stevenson trying to win possession back, and a foul called, this one against Cragen. And Stevenson plays it out wide to Buse. Buse into the middle now for Kramer. Kramer gets around Fuentes. Ball floated in over the top to Carlton. Opportunity flicked over the bar. Noah Carlton had beat the back line of the Titans. Flag raised on the far side. It will not count. The offside against Carlton, but still a big opportunity for Lone Peak. That just goes over the bar. And now the free kick coming up for Syracuse. Played out by Richardson. Cooper Eddy gets it out after the handball is called. So it's going to be a free kick again for Lone Peak in a dangerous position. Stevenson over the ball, the freshman. We'll see what Lone Peak's able to do. Stevenson plays it in over the top far post, and it's going to be a corner coming up for the Lone Peak Knights. Corner kick coming up for Lone Peak. Big set piece opportunity here as they look to play the ball in. See what the Knights are able to do. As the cross into the box. Far post. Floated up. Moreno plays it back into the mix. And it's now the Titans trying to hit on a quick counter. This is Cook. Cook trying to get around Alec Midgley, but Midgley does well defensively. Played upfield now by Lone Peak. And a foul. Or excuse me, another offside called against the Knights. And Syracuse doing a good job so far setting that offside trap against the Knights. As Giovanni Fuentes plays it out wide, it's now Cragen. Cragen for Villafaña. Villafaña to McFarland. McFarland back to Andrick. Taken down. One back by Lone Peak. Nice ball played through to Gunther. Gunther's onside. He could be in. Big save, Richardson. And then it's in. What a ball played over the top by Kramer. Just finds Gunther riding off it. Richardson makes the initial save, but it's not enough as Gunther gets the rebound. Bottom corner. It's the Lone Peak Knights who lead.
Substitution for Syracuse, number 31, Tyler Reynolds. Replacing number 14, Giovanni Fuentes.
Lone Peak. Get us rolling. It's the number 1 seed who lead. And it's now up to the Titans to respond. This was a good one over to Cragen. Goes over the top and out. Goal kick coming up for Watkins. What a ball from Kramer, who just plays it over the top. Gunther running in all behind the defense all by himself. It was a good initial save from Richardson, but the rebound lands right at Gunther. And it's the Lone Peak Knights who lead. And they could be on another attack. Nice step there from Landon Merrill. One back by Syracuse off the free kick. And it's now McFarland. McFarland looking to play one over the top. Cleared out by Lone Peak. Foul called here against the Knights. Syracuse free kick coming up. Hamlin stands over it. Looking to play the ball in. Floated in near post. Watkins comes out with a punch and cleared out by Lone Peak. It did go out of bounds, so will be a corner coming up for the Titans.
Syracuse substitution, number 26, Brody Carden.
As Brody Carden checking in for Syracuse.
Replacing number 16, Easton Cregan. Into the Lone Peak.
Substitution as well for Lone Peak as Joaquin Mendez checking in. Off comes Evan Buse.
Out of the game, number 6, Evan Buse.
The cross into the box, far post. The header takes a couple of deflections and then finally into the hands of Watkins. Big opportunity for Syracuse to level things. But the senior goalkeeper coming up big for Lone Peak. It's now Moreno in possession. Moreno looking wide. This is Mendez's first touch. Out of bounds. Quick throw in for the Knights. Kramer running off of it. Kramer tries to play it through. Richardson off his line well. And it's Syracuse coming up big defensively. Played out by Lone Peak, so throw in Syracuse. Reich and Hamlin getting it quick out to Cook. Cook looking for Reynolds, back out to Cook. Taken down, the referee waves it off. And out for the corner for the Titans. Another big opportunity coming up for Syracuse to try to tie things up. As the set piece opportunity coming up for Syracuse. It's low from Hamlin, cleared out by Lone Peak. Thompson to recycle. Takes a deflection. And now Lone Peak can hit on a quick counter. It's 3v3. 3v3 as Gunther slows it down. Trying to find options. The shot off the post. How about Jackson Gunther trying to catch Ty Richardson at the near post. Comes off the post and out for the goal kick, but a close opportunity for the Lone Peak Knights to extend this lead. Kramer winning it back in the middle of the park. It's out to Carlton. Carlton settles it. It's Santos who loses possession to Jack Cook. Cook to Villafaña. Villafaña trying to play it over the top. This one is Tyler Reynolds. Reynolds can't get past Alec Midgley. And so it's going to go out for the Syracuse throw as another substitution coming up for the Titans. It's Cregan who checks back in.
Easton Cregan, replacing number 23, Reckon Hamlin.
Ball played in quickly by Syracuse. It's in! The equalizer! And it's the Syracuse Titans who have leveled.
Goal, Syracuse, number 22.
It's Jack Cook.
Syracuse 1, Lone Peak 1.
And Watkins, who's going to want to have that one back. Syracuse, who capitalized off the mistake, and it's Jack Cook that has us level here at Zions Bank. If Syracuse wants the upset, they needed to rely on the guys like Reichen Hamlin and Jack Cook delivering with the equalizer. It's 1-1 as that ball played through, looking for Carlton, taken down. And a free kick coming up for the Knights. We have our first yellow card of the afternoon, and it goes to Cragen.
Your attention, please. The yellow card is assessed against number 16, Easton, Cragen, and Syracuse. Substitution number 23, Riken Hamlin.
And minutes after the Syracuse equalizer, Lone Peak with a free kick in a very dangerous position. A big opportunity here to test Ty Richardson. As that free kick just outside of the 18. It's Kramer and Stevenson over the ball. It's going to be Kramer, the shot. It's on the other side. From up here, it looked like it had gone in, but it just hits the outside of the net and out for the goal kick. Not bad off the free kick there from Kramer. Syracuse now trying to build the attack with Cook. Cook floats one in over the top. Smith back out to Riken Hamlin. Hamlin with an opportunity, looking back into Cook. Cook taking it in to the top of the 18. Back out to Villafana. Hamlin again. A big defensive step as Villafana wins it back high up the pitch. Ball played through. This is Tyler Reynolds. Reynolds playing it back in. Cleared out by Lone Peak. Stevenson boots it upfield. Thompson trying to win it back, and it'll just go back through to Cooper Eddy. Eddy clears it, playing it over the top. Moreno gets a header on it. Syracuse through to Cook. Cook the shot! What a volley from Cook. That just goes skimming past the post of Connor Watkins.
Syracuse substitution, number 14, Giovanni Fuentes.
And Giovanni Fuentes checking back in, this time for Riker Smith.
Riker Smith.
And Syracuse, the 12th seed, have done a really good job of making this one uncomfortable for the Lone Peak Knights. As Villafana trying to win possession back in the middle of the park. This time it's Hamlin. Ball played in through to Jack Cook. And that ball will just go all the way through to Watkins. Watkins and Lone Peak trying to play it out of the back. Trying to play the possession game. They haven't dominated possession as they do against other opponents. Syracuse have done a very good job of just pressing as Shin comes through with a big challenge. And Cole Shin receives the yellow.
A yellow card has been assessed against number 14, Cole Shin.
Dangerous tackle there from Shin. Earns him the yellow.
Entering the game, number 30, Cruzier Zabriskie.
And it's now Syracuse with the free kick.
Number 16, Easton Cragen enters the game, replacing number 26, Brody Garden for Syracuse.
It's going to be an opportunity now for Syracuse to try to take the lead. Off the free kick, it's Cooper Eddy over the ball to take. Eddy floats one in. Looking over, Watkins comes out and just punches it out. Ball coming the other way now for Lone Peak. As big step there from Riken Hamlin to win it back. Much to the excitement of the traveling Syracuse fans. Cook back into Reynolds. Reynolds will tee it up. And it will go out for the corner. They did say that it'd take a deflection off the Lone Peak defense, and so corner kick coming up for Syracuse. Corner kick coming up for the Titans. 13 minutes left to go here in the first half. We're level at 1-1, the 12th seed. Making it a game against number 1. The cross into the box near post. Goes through a couple of Syracuse players before it just goes out of bounds for the goal kick. Not a bad in-swinger there from Riken Hamlin.
Syracuse substitution, number 2, Riker Smith. Replacing number 22, Jack Brook.
Substitutions again coming up for the Syracuse Titans as Riker Smith back. Moreno playing it out. This time it's Santos to Stevenson. Stevenson cutting in, stolen by Cragen. Smith back to Cragen. Cragen with an opportunity, trying to play it through to Reynolds. Reynolds trying to turn, comes back out. Stevenson can now hit on a quick counter for Lone Peak as that ball just goes through and all the way back to Ty Richardson. Cleared out by Syracuse. Takes a bounce. Moreno getting there with his head. Cragen trying to flick one through. And then Stevenson to Santos. Santos plays it out. Cooper Eddy getting it back for the Titans. That ball flicked through. Smith is in. Smith is in. Settles it for Reynolds. The shot. Big save, Watkins. Lone Peak might have thought that Smith was offsides. The flag stays down, settles it well for Reynolds, but an even bigger save from Watkins to deny Tyler Reynolds, and now Lone Peak on the other end trying to build an attack of their own. This one's a shot from distance that goes over the bar and out for the goal kick. Watkins maybe making up for the earlier goal off that big save.
Into the Lone Peak lineup, number 6, Evan Buse.
Keeps this one level at 1-1. Cooper Eddy. It's in now for McFarland. McFarland trying to play it out wide, looking for Cragen. Stevenson wins it back. Ball played through to Santos. Opportunity for Lone Peak as Eddy clears. Throw-in coming up for the Knights. Into Stevenson quickly. Stevenson back out to Buse. Buse with an opportunity as he looks to cut in towards the wing. Buse still on the ball. Buse the cross. Nice step there from Eddy to clear again. Cross intended for Jackson Gunther. And that ball played out by Syracuse. Throw-in coming up for the Knights. Gunther gets past McFarland. Gunther, the shot! Big save! What a touch there from Richardson to deny Gunther. Throw-in for the Knights, played in quickly. It's now Midgley. Out wide to Stevenson. Syracuse winning it back. Moreno wins it for the Knights. Stevenson trying to get past Giovanni Fuentes. Slip through to Gunther. The shot takes a deflection off of Eddy. Still Gunther on the ball. Another big deflection and finally cleared out by Syracuse. What a game we are having here in the 6A semifinals. Lone Peak and Syracuse battling it out, saying to their opponents, what you can do, I can do better. And it's been a battle here at Zions Bank. And it's far from over. We have 8 minutes left to go here in the first half. Substitutions coming up for Syracuse. Hamlin checking back in, as well as Tyler Reynolds. Thompson playing it in. Smith gets a foot on it, trying to play it over the top to Reynolds. Moreno reads it well. Cook back out to Reynolds. Tyler Reynolds does a good job to keep it in bounds. And then Moreno winning out that battle. Smith now in possession. One back by Stevenson. Cleared out by Kramer. And it's now Xanthos to Stevenson. Stevenson. Buse lets that one go. And it goes all the way back to Ty Richardson. Moreno clearing out again for Lone Peak. That ball takes a deflection through to Gunther. Gunther with an opportunity back out towards Lovelady. Lovelady in the middle. One back by Syracuse. Ball played through. It's Tyler Reynolds. Reynolds. Big defensive read from Midgley, but a foul called. Free kick coming up for Syracuse. This game has really opened up since Gunther scored the opening goal. It's been back and forth, nonstop action since. And we'll see what Syracuse are able to do off the free kick. Reichen Hamlin over the ball again, not afraid to go to goal. Two-man wall from Lone Peak. The ball played in near post into the hands of Watkins. And played out quickly by Lone Peak. One back by Cooper Eddy. And that ball just goes through all the way back to Watkins. Midgley for the Knights. Zabriskie losing it in the middle of the park. It's Hamlin who controls. Hamlin taking it from distance. Watkins spills and recovers well. It was a shot with fire from Hamlin. Dealt well by Watkins, and now Lone Peak trying to build out of the back. Trying to play the possession game, but look at the press from this Syracuse side. Taken down, foul called against Noah Carlton. It's going to be a free kick coming up for the Titans. Ball played over the top to Eddy, from Eddy, looking for Cook. And Cook can't connect, goes out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick coming up for the Knights.
Substitution for the Titans, number 26, Brody Carden, replacing number 16, Easton Cragen.
Big shout out to Brody Carden. Check it in for Cragen. Brody Carden for the Syracuse Titans was the one who scored the winning PK against the Farmington Phoenix in the last round to upset the number 4 seed. We'll see what Carden's able to do as he steps onto the pitch for the Titans. Cook winning possession back high up the pitch. Cook playing it out wide. This one's Hamlin. Hamlin floated in over the top into the hands of Connor Watkins. One back by Syracuse. And it's now Evan Buse. Evan Buse trying to take it up the wing to Xanthos. Adrian Xanthos with an opportunity. Dances near the top of the 18, cuts inside the cross. Buse is there, cleared out by Syracuse. And how about the defensive efforts this afternoon from Cooper Eddy, who's been everywhere tonight for this Syracuse side, as Buse taken down, waved off for the goal kick. Nice shoulder-to-shoulder defensive stand there from Rhett Thompson.
Replacing number 12, James McFarland.
And it goes out for the goal kick as Ty Richardson can now clear for Syracuse. Lands at Smith. Cragen now. Leave it out for Hamlin. Hamlin looking far. Stevenson's there. Cleared out by the freshman. One back by Syracuse. Throw in. Merrill to Hamlin. Comes off of Lone Peak. Out again for another Syracuse Titans throw in. Ball played in. One back by Syracuse. Smith trying to play one over the top, looking for Cragen. And it's now Villafaña trying to win the ball in the middle of the park. Here comes Santos for the Lone Peak Knights. Santos does a good job to keep it in bounds. And that ball goes out of bounds for the Lone Peak throw with 1:16 left to go here in the first. Throw in again coming up for the Knights. It's now Gunther. Gunther playing it through. Finds Zabriskie. The ball over the top. Opportunity for Lone Peak, but it's offside. Offside called against the Knights. No, Carlton again was in behind, but denied by the flag raised on the far side. Syracuse to play it out. Moreno wins it back for Lone Peak. Moreno trying to play it out of danger. Nice turn, nice skill for Moreno. As a ball played in over the top, Buse. It's a foot race. Evan Buse, the shot, saved by Richardson.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And that'll do it. Evan Buse had it at the death to put the Knights ahead. But instead, Ty Richardson coming up big. And that's the story for the first half. It's been an absolute battle here in the 6A semifinals. It's the Lone Peak Knights who are tied at 1-1 at the break against the number 12 Syracuse Titans. We're going to take a quick step away here on the Rewind Sports Network, as always, presented by Heinemann & Associates. Stick with us for second half action when we return. It's now played out by Hamlin. Gets a header. Lovelady. Ball played through to Thompson. Thompson trying to clear it out. Does well. Throw-in coming up for Lone Peak. Back to Moreno. Moreno to Watkins. Out comes Alex Midgley for the Knights. Jack Cook stealing it high up the pitch. It's Cook with an opportunity. It's in. It's 3. And it's the Titans who lead by 2.
Goal, Syracuse.
It's a brace for Jack Cook as he gets his second of the afternoon. Just steals it high up the pitch and then tucks it into the corner. And it's number 12 who have 1 foot in to a championship match. How about Jack Cook keeping the high press, steals it high up the pitch, and then his one-on-one with Watkins just tucks it into the bottom corner. And it's the 12th seed who lead 3-1. 35 minutes left to go here in the second. And it's the undefeated Lone Peak Knights who have a mountain to climb to stay undefeated and to have a shot at America First. Lone Peak now in possession, taken down by Cragen. Foul coming up. Played in quickly. It's now Xanthos. Xanthos playing it upfield for Carlton. Back to Xanthos. Offside called against Lovelady. Free kick coming up for Syracuse. As Cooper Eddy playing it up. Ball goes out of bounds. Throw in coming up for Lone Peak. Taken by Merrill. Merrill plays it in. It's now Carlton cutting back towards the middle of the park, and a foul called against Syracuse. That ball played through, and it just goes all the way out for the goal kick. Nothing going there for the Knights. Substitution coming up for the Lone Peak Knights is Cole Shin checking in.
Number 14, Cole Shin.
Off comes Zabriskie.
Replacing number 30, Crozier Zabriskie.
Richardson now on the goal kick. Ball played out by Ty Richardson. Takes a bounce. It's a foot race. Shin. Advantage played, and now the foul called against Cole Shin. And Shin has to be careful. He's already on a yellow. The ref tried to play the advantage, but Lone Peak was able to win possession back, so the foul will come back. as we got a player down after the challenge from Shin. And so we'll take a quick step away here on the Rewind Sports Network. As always, presented by Heinemann Associates. Stick with us for the conclusion of this one when we return.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need to start their fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated at 5 locations along the Wasatch Front. SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
It all starts with a smile. To show you care, offer a sign of love, welcome someone home. Even when we don't see each other, or share a room, even without words, smiles bring us together. Let's keep yours healthy. Stonehaven Dental. Schedule online at stonehavendental.com.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Okay.
Want to welcome you back into Zions Bank Stadium. I'm Alex Napolis, bringing you the action from the 6A semifinals. After the play, Tyler Reynolds was down receiving attention. He was able to walk off to the bench. And so now we get play resumed again as Riker Hamlin taking it from distance, not far off there from the senior. And now Lone Peak trying to bring the ball back, looking for Carlton, and it goes out for the Syracuse throw. Landon Merrill to throw it in. Viafania gets a header on it. Goes out of bounds. Lone Peak throw. Gunther on the wing trying to cross it in. Takes a deflection off of McFarland. McFarland stepping up big defensively for Syracuse. Hamlin trying to turn. Cuts back towards the middle. And now plays it upfield. This time it's Cook. The goal scorer, Jack Cook, settles it for Cragen. Cragen has his back. Trying to turn again, and then one back by Shin in the middle of the park. Cole Shin out wide. Kramer playing it through to Ty Richardson for Syracuse. Richardson plays it out. Carden trying to settle it for Riker Hamlin on the wing. Nice step from Alec Midgley defensively. Now Lovelady can play it out. Xanthos trying to turn. Has to support himself with Midgley. It'll go all the way back to Watkins. Watkins clears. Gunther can't get ahead on it. One back by Syracuse. Smith trying to connect upfield, but one back by Lone Peak. This time it's Stevenson back to Moreno. Moreno finds Midgley. Midgley will support himself with Watkins. Watkins over the top. Trying to play Evan Busen behind. Richardson off his line. Clears out well for Syracuse. That ball coming near side as Carlton tries to battle it out. Taken down by Hamlin. Free kick coming up. Lone Peak. Xanthos played it quickly. Finds Gunther. Gunther with possession. Playing it through. Carlton. And cleared out by Syracuse. Midgley winning it back. Hamlin, who will get possession back for Syracuse. That one goes out of bounds for a Syracuse throw.
Syracuse substitution number
And a Titan substitution as Giovanni Fuentes checking in. Off comes Brody Carden.
Replacing number 26, Brody Carden. Into the Lone Peak lineup, number 30, Crozier Zabriskie.
Yafanya can't keep it in bounds. It goes out for another Lone Peak throw. Zabriskie playing it quickly to Shin. Shin back to Lovelady. Lovelady looking to switch over to Stevenson. Patrick Stevenson looking over the top. Nice header there from Eddie to clear. Back at Stevenson. Stevenson in the middle towards Kramer. Kramer looking to support himself, this time with Lovelady. Out wide, Lovelady. Floats one in over the top. Gunther using his speed. And can't control, can't bring it back in. Goal kick coming up for the Syracuse Titans. 27 minutes left here at Zions Bank Stadium. It is the Titans who lead by 3-1. And we're on upset alert here at Zions Bank as the 12th seed hold the lead against the undefeated Lone Peak Knights. Smith trying to play one in over the top, looking for Cook. That one goes out of bounds. Throw in coming up for Syracuse. It looks like he's calling for a handball against Lone Peak. So there's going to be a free kick coming up against the Knights. It's going to be Cooper Eddy to take. Eddy floats one over to Cook. Cook, the cross into the box. It's going to be Kramer to clear. Eddy wins it back. Just booted upfield by Eddy and out for the Knights throw-in. Moreno back to Watkins. Watkins out wide to Lovelady. Xanthos to Shin. Watkins. Lone Peak controlling possession, trying to find an opportunity to play it in behind. Nice step there from Eddy to clear. Handball called against Syracuse. Now ball through to Ty Richardson. Richardson playing it out quickly to Hamlin. And then that ball goes out of bounds. Throw in coming up for Lone Peak. Played in quickly by Syracuse. One back by the Titans. Ball floated over the top. And it's just going to go safely back to Connor Watkins. It's now Xanthos. Xanthos looking to play one in over the top towards Zabriskie. One back by Syracuse, but only momentarily as Zabriskie winning it back for Lone Peak. Out wide this time to Carlton. Carlton into the middle towards Zabriskie. Zabriskie to Stevenson. Stevenson getting it on his left. A shot takes a deflection. Still Lone Peak. And finally cleared out by Syracuse. Xanthos. One back by the high press of Syracuse. And now Thompson trying to play it out. Lone Peak coming with a high press of their own, winning it back. And now finally cleared out by the Titans. Throw-in coming up for Lone Peak. And it goes all the way back, this time to Watkins. Lovelady. One back by Merrill. And it'll just go all the way through back to Watkins. The Lone Peak faithful trying to cheer on their team. That's, again, the home side getting loud. Trying to push the Lone Peak Knights to a goal. They need to pull one back, and they need one quick. As that ball played over the top to Riker Smith. Smith settles it. Cleared out by Shin. Buse now on the counter. Evan Buse up the wing. Thompson cleared out by Syracuse. And now a throw-in coming up for the Lone Peak Knights. Buse played it into Shin. Shin back out to Buse. Stevenson gets a head on it, cleared out by Eddie. One back by Lone Peak, and then Cooper Eddy there again. And a handball called against Eddie. And a free kick coming up in a very dangerous position for Lone Peak. It would be more comfortable for the Knights if they were to pull one back here. Let's see what Lone Peak are able to do off the free kick as Buse and Stevenson over the ball. Three on the wall for Syracuse. Big opportunity to test Ty Richardson. The shots over the bar. Over the bar for Lone Peak, out for the goal kick.
Substitutions for Syracuse, number 4, Cole Bailey. Number 26, Brody Carden. Replacing number 23, Riken Hemlin, and number 2, Riker Smith.
Ball one back by Lone Peak, and now Gunther has an opportunity. Gunther taking it up the wing. Gunther into Carlton. Carlton trying to turn. It's now Zabriskie. Xanthos back to Zabriskie. All the way back to Lovelady. Shin now controlling near the middle of the park. Shin, one back. And a foul by Syracuse. This one called against the goal scorer, Jack Cook. Free kick coming up for Lone Peak. Cole Shin over it to take. Shin floats one in. Right in front of Richardson. Spills, and then Richardson collects for Syracuse. $20 left. 20 minutes left here at Zions Bank for the first 6A semifinal matchup. And it's the Syracuse Titans who lead 3-1 against Lone Peak. Lone Peak with a throw-in. Gunther to Kramer. Kramer trying to play it through to Stevenson. Nice defensive read there again from Cooper Eddy. And that one goes out of bounds. Corner kick coming up for Lone Peak. Set piece opportunity coming up for the Knights. at the near post. Playing it quickly to Carlton. Carlton can't turn. Jack Cook trying to win it back, and a foul called against Carlton. Syracuse possession off the free kick. And a yellow card. Coming out to Cooper Eddy.
Your attention, please. The yellow card has been assessed against number 1, Cooper Eddy of Syracuse.
Cooper Eddy sees the yellow for Syracuse as that one goes out of bounds. Throw in coming up for the Knights. Played in quickly. This time it's Moreno.
Substitution for Syracuse, number 33, Skylar Orton.
Love Lady. To Xanthos. Xanthos gets past a couple of defenders. Xanthos, that ball goes out of bounds. And the clock hasn't been running here at Zions Bank.
Correction, number 1, Eddy. Number 2, Smith.
And now the officials notice the clock. And the clock gets rolling again here at Zions. Ball played in. It's now Gunther in possession. And a foul free kick called against Syracuse. Free kick coming up. It's going to be Stevenson to take for Lone Peak. Stevenson floats one through straight into the hands of Ty Richardson. Richardson to clear for Syracuse. One back by Shin. And it goes out for the Syracuse throw.
Syracuse substitutions, number 14.
Substitution coming up again for Syracuse as Fuentes checks in, as well as Cragen. Off comes Brody Carden and Cole Bailey.
26, Brody Carden. Number 4, Cole Bailey.
Throw in. Coming up for Syracuse, Thompson to take. It's Buse. Loses out possession. Another throw in coming up for the Titans. Ball played quickly. Cleared out by Lone Peak. Lone Peak again trying to clear. This time it does go upfield. It's to Buse. Buse finds Gunther. Gunther trying to play it out quickly to Carlton. One back by Syracuse. Stevenson doing a great job to just win it back. Carlton now on the attack for Lone Peak. Trying to get past Merrill. Landon Merrill doing a good job to shield it defensively. Corner kick coming up for Lone Peak. Taken quickly by the Knights. Stevenson, the cross into the box, far post, the header, and into the hands. Richardson has to punch it out, still with an opportunity. Finally cleared out by Syracuse. Stevenson playing it through. Buse, Evan Buse, cleared out by Syracuse. Gunther with an opportunity. Gunther trying to cut, dances past a couple of defenders. Stevenson, the shot, takes a deflection off of McFarland. A Syracuse throw. Thrown in by Cragen and out for another throw in. This time it's going to be Jack Cook to take. Plays it through to Fuentes. Fuentes trying to win that against Lovelady. Nice job there from Fuentes. And then cleared out by Lovelady. One back by Villafaña. Andrick Villafaña trying to turn against 3 defenders. Villafaña keeps possession. Throw in coming up. This time for Lone Peak. Played in by Lovelady. Looking to switch. Out to Joaquin Mendez. And then it goes out for the Syracuse throw.
Substitution number 26, Brody Carden for the Titans.
Brody Carden checking it again for Syracuse.
Replacing number 12.
Now comes James McFarland. Ball played in. This time it's Cook. And it goes out. It's going to be a throw-in for the Titans. Hamlin to throw it in for Syracuse. To Cook, back out to Hamlin. Hamlin the cross. And it goes out for the goal kick. Substitution coming up for the Lone Peak Knights. It's going to be Christian Robertson who checks in for Connor Watkins in goal.
Your attention, please. Into the game of keeper, Christian Robertson.
Robertson now in the box for Lone Peak. Shin. It's now Carlton. Carlton back out to Stevenson. Here comes an opportunity. Stevenson squares it. What a save from Richardson. Ty Richardson standing on his head. Saves it from point blank range. And denies Lone Peak from cutting the lead in half. Corner coming up for the Knights. Incredible stuff from Ty Richardson. Set piece opportunity for the Knights. The cross into the box. Near far post. Santos is there. Comes off of Villafaña. And Villafaña can clear. Throw in coming up for Lone Peak. Shin. Cole Shin. Out wide to Santos. Santos playing it into Carlton. Stevenson, Kramer, Santos cleared. Nice defensive stand there from Syracuse. Carden looking for Smith. Smith calls for the foul. Carden against Shin. Shin trying to turn. Supports himself with Stevenson. Stevenson through to Gunther. Gunther now with an opportunity. It's Gunther, the shot near post. Goes wide. Lone Peak knocking. The Knights want it. The Knights need it. With 11:48 left to go. Not much time left for the Knights to pull it back. Substitutions coming up for both sides.
And number 20, Andrew Villafana.
Richardson clears. Gunther. And a foul called. Played quickly by Lone Peak. Back to Lovelady. Lovelady through to Carlton. Carlton against Merrill. Slips it through to Stevenson. The cross. It's in. Takes a couple of deflections. And Riker Hamlin does well. Riker Hamlin can now play up for Syracuse. Cook. Cook for the Titans. Cook on a quick counter. It's Jack Cook. Plays it back into Hamlin. Hamlin the shot. Over the bar. Goal kick coming up for Lone Peak. As two balls were on the field, we're trying to get it sorted out. Is the goal kick coming up for Robertson. Into Shin. Ball played in now over the top towards Gunther. Gunther trying to play the cross in, and it goes out of bounds. Goal kick coming up for Syracuse.
Returning to the Syracuse lineup, number 20, Hendrik Villafana. For number 26, Brody Carter.
Substitution for Syracuse, and goal kick for Ty Richardson as he clears. Ball played, throw it now for Lone Peak. Ball played in. Riker Smith to clear. Riker Smith dropping back down to that defensive role for Syracuse. As Hamlin trying to play one through. It's now Kyle Moreno. Moreno out to Eddie to clear for Syracuse. Bounces over to Cragen. One back by Lone Peak. It's Cole Shin chasing it down. One back by the Titans high up the pitch. What a step there for Moreno. Denies anything going on there. Throw in coming up for the Titans. Another substitution.
Syracuse, number 32, Drake Dickerson.
As Drake Dickerson checking in.
Replacing number 22, Jack Cook.
Ball played quickly by Cole Bailey to Dickerson. Dickerson can't keep it in bounds. Throw in coming up for Lone Peak. Stevenson. Merrill who clears. We got 8:17 left to go at Zions. Cole Shin. Xanthos. It's now Stevenson. Stevenson does a good job to keep it in bounds, but giving away. Shin trying to win it back. Dickerson now. Lovelady. Ball goes through. Eddie, who just boots it up. Riker Hamlin trying to win it back. Does well. Rhett Thompson out wide to Drake Dickerson. Dickerson with an opportunity to cross it into the box. The cross, looking for Cragen. Goes through. And it's going to go out of bounds for the Lone Peak throw. Lovelady. Carlton. Back to Stevenson. Stevenson to Carlton. Carlton to Lovelady. Lovelady to Moreno. And it's now Kyle Moreno to carry in possession for Lone Peak. Kramer. Ball played out. Syracuse winning it back, only to find Lovelady. Stevenson through to Xanthos. Xanthos cutting it back inside. Buse. And the offside flag is raised. Offside against Lone Peak. Free kick coming up for Syracuse. Cleared out by Richardson. And at this point, Syracuse only has one player on the attacking side. Dickerson now joins them, but everybody else dropped back to defend this lead for the Titans. It's the 12th seed who leads, looking to upset the undefeated Lone Peak Knights. Gunther playing it quickly to Stevenson. He's onside. Ball played through. Carlton now with an opportunity near the top of the 18. Back out to Xanthos. Xanthos to Gunther. Gunther with a shot comes off of Cooper Eddy. And Eddy who clears for Syracuse. All the way back to Christian Robertson. Robertson playing it out quickly to Lovelady. Lovelady to Cole Shin. Shin. Back to Kyle Moreno. Moreno carrying in possession for Lone Peak. Moreno puts one in over the top, looking for Stevenson. And into the hands of Ty Richardson. Time running out here at Zions Bank. Syracuse with 1 foot in to the 6A championship match. Foul called against Lone Peak. It's going to be Lewis Mason, the heart of this midfield, to check in. But not yet. We'll take the free kick first. Cooper Eddy just blasts it over the top. Robertson comes up, collects, and a foul called against Christian Robertson. Moreno gets him up quickly. Ball played to Kyle Moreno. It's now Kramer. Kramer looking to put one in over the top to Buse. Evan Buse looking to turn. Buse near the top of the 18, takes it, the cross, into the hands of Richardson. Played out quickly by Richardson. One back, and it's now Thompson. Smith. Cole Shin winning it back for Lone Peak. Cleared out by McFarland. It's Cragen who wins it high up the pitch for Syracuse. Cragen. And one back by Moreno. Kyle Moreno coming out for Lone Peak. One back by Cragen. It's an opportunity for Syracuse. And a foul called against Syracuse. Played quickly by Lone Peak. It's now Buse. Can't get past Thompson. Substitutions now coming up for both sides. As Lewis Mason, the junior, checking in for Lone Peak.
Substitution. Number 11, Lewis Mason. Following today's game, a reminder to you, ladies and gentlemen, remain off of the field. Please do not come onto the field. Thank you.
That's going to be Joaquin Mendez checking off for Lone Peak. A couple substitutions as well for Syracuse. As the ball now back in play. Lone Peak trying to build an attack. This one's Kramer. Going to go out for the corner for Lone Peak. Could be one of the last opportunities for the Knights. The cross into the box. Cleared out by Cooper Eddy. Lone Peak trying to win it back with Stevenson. Cole Shin now in possession. Shin for Lone Peak against 3 defenders. Gets past 2. Shin to Stevenson. Stevenson with an opportunity. Takes a shot at the near post. Goes wide. Goal kick coming up. Goal kick coming up for Lone Peak. Ty Richardson to clear for the Titans. Richardson plays it out, and it goes out of bounds. Throw-in coming up for the Knights. 1:55 is all that's left. Cleared out by the Titans. Throw-in coming up for Lone Peak. It's going to be Moreno to take it in quickly. Back to Robertson. Christian Robertson plays it up. Mason can't bring it in. Cragen now with an opportunity. Cragen makes it 4, and that'll do it! It's the Titans who topple number 1!
Easton Cragen. Syracuse 4. Lone Peak 1.
Cragen who steals the ball as Lone Peak were trying to build it up out of the back, and it's the Syracuse Titans who will be heading to America First Field to fight for the 6A championship as the Knights will get defeat for the first time this season. Syracuse lead. And against all the odds, it's going to be number 12 to make a Cinderella run to the 6A championship. Ball back in play with a minute left. Mason playing that out wide to Buse. Buse over the top, looking far post to Carlton. Carlton can't connect. Goal kick coming up for the Titans. Richardson clears. Ball lands at Brody Carden. One back by Lone Peak. Throw-in coming up for Lone Peak. Played quickly by Xanthos. Looking for Carlton. McFarland comes across well. 30 seconds left. Cleared out by McFarland. And the traveling Syracuse fans on the other side know that their team have done it. It's Gunther cutting inside. Gunther still cross into the box.
10,
and that should do it. And that will do it.
6,
and that means that the 12th seed,
3,
the Syracuse Titans,
0.
the Cinderella run, takes down the undefeated Lone Peak Knights, and the Syracuse Titans are heading to America First Field to fight for a 6A championship. Heartbreak for Lone Peak, who have had a tremendous season, coming into the tournament undefeated, playing big games against Hunter and Mountain Ridge.
Congratulations to both Lone Peak,
but they will fall short and be eliminated here in the semifinal. Syracuse
on Thursday, May 25th,
on their way
at 5 p.m.
as the 12th seed to a 6A championship match. 4-1, the final score here from Zions Bank Stadium. It was Gunther who put the Lone Peak Knights up ahead, and then it was all Syracuse from there. 2 goals from Jack Cook. And a goal from Cragen at the end. To give 4-1 to the Titans. That's going to do it for us on the first game of the 6A semifinals. Make sure to stick with us for Skyridge against Pleasant Grove coming up next on the Rewind Sports Network. From Alex Napolis, Bill Francis on the camera, we thank you for watching. Everyone have a good afternoon.